Welcome. This is going to be a 75-minute power and flow class. So some moving, some breathing, definitely a little power, but please know when you need to modify or perhaps rest in child's pose or just take it down to kind of your energy level here, especially if you're in our 30-day challenge, because it can get a little bit yoga-ish and you want to take it down. All right, so we're going to begin in child's pose this morning. I don't know what yoga-ish is, but I couldn't quite think of the right word. It's a good way to be, but you might just need to modify just to make your body happy so you can practice yoga every day. Sinking hips to heels, walking arms out long, forehead to the earth. Come on down, Balasana. And start to immediately just turn inward. This pose literally does turn inward. So allow yourself to honor the shape of the pose. The heart is protected. The forehead is melting down in between the eyebrows. Can start to soften and just start to take some rounds of breath, adding that extra layer into your experience. Inhaling deeply, opening the mouth, exhale. Another deep breath in, fill up backs of the lungs. Really visualize the breath traveling. And the open mouth, exhale. Welcoming and mindfully responding to your emotions can help you see that your inner wisdom, wholeness, and well-being are always close at hand. That is the unbreakable promise that yoga offers us all. Take a deep breath in, really tuning into that inner wisdom, that inner wholeness. And open the mouth, anything stale, just let it out. And coming to tabletop, onto your hands and knees. Taking a long stance with the spine. So top of the head faces the front of the mat and the tailbone is shooting out through the back of the mat. Move through cow pose, soften the belly, look straight forward, inhale. To cat pose, dome the back, look at the belly button, exhale. Cow pose, breathing in, looking forward. Cat pose, breathing out, arching the spine. And go for a few more rounds here. You might start to use your Ujjayi breath. So deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Take a few more rounds. You could even turn your fingertips to face your thighs. And stretch the back of the arms. And now come back through neutral, so turn the fingers if you turn them back. And bring your right leg back behind you. Dial that right leg to the earth. And then bend the right knee. So your heel faces the ceiling. Donkey kick the ceiling. Just kicking up. Tiny little movements here. 5, 4. Keep the pelvis tucked under. Keep the belly button up and in. 2. Take a deep breath in, knee to nose. Just draw your knee to your nose like an angry cat. Right leg back long. Again, knee to nose. Exhale. Just building heat here. Right leg back, breathe in. And knee to nose. Bring it back one more time and tabletop. Right knee down, wag your hips. Let that side go. Left leg behind you, nice and long. The toes face the earth. And then bend. Bend the left knee so it's still in line with the left hip. Heel facing the sky and kick the ceiling. It's, what was it? Let's see, 6. Let's go for 6. 5, 4. Keep kicking for 3, 2. Big breath in. Knee to nose. Exhale. Left leg long. Inhale. Knee to nose again. One more, left leg long. Knee to nose. Come back out long, tabletop pose, knee down, wag the hips, and find downward facing dog. You can walk the palms a little forward and then untuck the feet and push yourself up into that V shape with the body. Just pedaling out the first down dog. Bend into one knee and the other. Nodding the head. Yes, feel the neck release. And shaking it out. No. Huh. And then lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Start with it dialing down toward the earth. And then again, just little kicks of the ceiling. So you've kind of done this. Now you're in down dog, kicking up for 5, 4, 3, 2. And then open the hip, bend the upper knee, and take some big circles just to feel out that right hip space. Downward facing dog, right foot down. Ha. Lift the left leg high, three-legged. Dialing the left toe down, really root into the palm. So still down dog in the torso. And kick the ceiling, tiny pulses. It's 10, 9, 8, keep kicking for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend the upper leg and make the same circles, one way and the other. Take a deep breath in. Down dog. Walk your feet to your hands for ragdoll. Feet come toward hands. Opposite hand reaches for opposite elbow. And you're inviting a generous bend into the knees. Really want to sit the torso on the thighs. Breathing. Release the hands to the earth. Walk the feet together to touch and rise up to stand. Coming all the way up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms long, palms really radiating outward, toes touching, heels apart, and nice and long in the spine. Engage energy up through the earth, from the earth, through the body, out of the crown. Draw your hands to your heart, Anjali Mudra, closing your eyes. And I invite you to set an intention this morning, your sankalpa, your resolve for practice. It can be really simple, and it usually appears in your mind immediately. So go there, move towards that. And whatever it is, let's seal it in with a shared Om. Inhaling. Excuse me. Gently open your eyes and let's salute the sun. Sorry for my Om interruption there. Let's salute. Sweep the arms up, look up, inhale. And bow forward to your toes. Exhale, Surya Namaskar. Halfway lift, hands to shins, breathe in. High plank, step the right foot back, then the left. And as if you're in mountain pose, nice and straight with your spine. So the ball mounds are plugging into the mat and the heels are pushing back toward the back of the mat. So you're creating this energy with your feet. And then rock forward a little with your feet. So your shoulders are in front of your wrists and back to plank. Just feel that. Rock forward, breathe in to plank. Exhale, strong. One more, forward to plank to down dog. Push the earth away. Ha. Inhale, really fill up the lungs. Exhale, let it out. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk step or foot to your hands. Halfway lift, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, bow to your feet, breathe out. Upward salute, sweep up, salute the sun. I think it's coming. Forward fold, bow to the earth, exhale. Ha. Halfway lift, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. High to low push-up. So that rocking forward, do it again, and then lower halfway. Use your heels. You got a lot of power with your heels in chaturanga. To up dog. Push into the palms, look straight forward. You can always drop your knees here. Just let yourself have this low back stretch. A lot of energy comes up in this pose. We want to go back to down dog. That's where you breathe and you make that space. Take a deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Push back. Inhale fully. And exhale. Take a couple breaths. Let that kind of settle in the body. You can pedal, make adjustments. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float to your hands. Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, bow. Rise up to the sky, salute the sun. Forward fold, bow to the feet. Halfway lift, lengthen, breathe in. High to low push up, breathe out. Upward facing, inhale, just one breath. Downward facing, exhale, return. 2 to 3 rounds of breath. Just continue to create that rhythm with the movement and the breath. And then you kind of feel the flow from it from down dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or float. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bow. Rise up to the sky. Let's keep going. Salute the sun. Forward fold, exhale down. Halfway lift, lengthen out. High to low push-up, chaturanga. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing, breathe out. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bow, chair pose. Utkatasana, sink in. Sinking low in chair, zipping up thighs. Weights in the heels. Sink as low as you got. And then find a bind. So interlacing the hands behind you. You can even go opposite hand to elbow here. You're still in chair, so heart is up. Take a breath. And then bow your torso down. Chair base, still there. Sinking low into the hips and weight in the heels, but rinse the shoulders. Now release that bind, come back to chair. Maybe sweep the ground on your way up. Inhale. Forward fold, bow to your feet. Halfway lift, lengthen out. High to low push up, rinse it away. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. Drop the left heel, rise with the upper body, and square the hips toward the front of the room. And then interlace the hands, same as chair. Take a bind or reach opposite hand to elbow. Lift the heart up high, inhaling. Humble warrior, bow. Come down with the torso. Rise back to warrior one. Release that bind. Big breath in. High to low push up, chaturanga, dandasana. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left foot forward, warrior one. Drop the right heel, rise up tall. And then find it first. So root into the outer right foot. Maybe even use your hands to draw that right hip forward. Finding that bind. Interlace the hands behind you. Lift the heart up, look up, inhale. Humble warrior bow. Ha. Rise back to warrior one, sweep the sky, take the breath in. High to low push up is the breath out. Upward facing, new inhale. Downward facing, return. 3 rounds of breath. And then we're gonna move through that. 1 breath, 1 movement. Take a deep breath in. And out. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bow down. Chair pose, inhale, arms up. Interlace hands or opposite hand to elbow. Lift the heart up, look up. Fold forward, bound chair. Back to chair pose, sweep the earth as you rise. Forward fold, bow. Halfway lift, length. High to low push up, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, swoop through. Downward facing dog, push back. Right foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, breathe big. Interlace hands, exhale. Lift the heart, inhale. Humble warrior, exhale. Back to one, breathe in. High to low push up, chaturanga, dandasana. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, breathe in. Interlace hands, exhale. Lift the heart, look up. Humble warrior, bow. Back to warrior one, sweep the arms up. High to low push up, chaturanga. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Walk your feet to your hands. Take a bound forward fold. Do a lot of chest expansion today. So interlace your hands. You can also go for the strap. And from a hips width foot, you fold. Torso over thighs, head heavy. Heart overhead. If you don't have time to do anything else with yoga for the day, take a forward fold. Just a few breaths. Let everything flowing toward your beautiful brain. Ha. Okay, release that bind. Walk the feet together to touch. Come into chair pose, just one breath. Forward fold, bow. Halfway lift, lengthen. High to low push up, chaturanga. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing, breathe it out. Right foot forward, warrior one. Rise all the way up. And then interlace again the hands. We're gonna move this, but build on it. Lift the heart up, look up. Humble warrior, bow. Back to warrior one, rise. And warrior two, moving on, open up. Right knee over right ankle, and more rooting of the back foot. The outer left foot is feeling off onto the mat. Gaze over the right hand, shoulders relax. Flip the right palm, reverse warrior. Reach back. Option to take an archer arm here. So bending that right elbow and your left arm's already behind your back, half bound. You might energetically reach the hands toward one another. Maybe you grasp the fingertips or the back of the shirt and keep leaning into your reverse warrior. You're using all your core here. Take a deep breath in and then release it all. High to low push up, move through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, go back. Left foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, inhaling, interlace hands, exhale. Lift the heart, look up, humble warrior, bow. Back to warrior one, inhale, arms high, open up, warrior two, and then just find a few breaths here. Ujjayi, in and out through the nose. Flip the left palm, reverse the warrior. Now half binding the right arm behind the back. So that is one thing to mention. The right arm's behind the back, and then the option, and this doesn't have to be the full expression, but bending the upper arm, reaching the left hand, perhaps toward the right hand in the middle of your back. Keep bending into the left knee, rooting into that back foot, and all energy is pulling up from the earth. Hug the pelvic floor up here. Take a deep breath in. High to low push up, release that bind, move through that vinyasa. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Just take 3 rounds of breath. And then we're gonna flow that sequence, linking breath to movement. You definitely can just do a classic reverse warrior and not the archer arm while you flow. Take a deep inhale. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Lion's breath. Try that one more time. Inhale deeply through the lungs, the nose. And open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bow. Chair pose, breathe in. Interlace hands or opposite hand to elbow. Lift the heart up, look up. Bow the chair, humble. Come back to chair, sweep the floor, look up. Forward fold, bow, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low push up, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, breathe in. Interlace hands, breathe out. Lift the heart, look up, inhaling. Humble the warrior, exhale. Rise back to warrior one, lift the arms. Warrior two, open. Reverse warrior, reach back. High to low push up, move through. Upward facing, away from the earth. Downward facing, keep going back. Left foot forward, warrior one. Rise up, breathe in. Interlace hands, breathe out. Lift the heart, look up, inhale. Humble the warrior, bow. Back to warrior one, sweep the arms up. Warrior two, open up. Reverse warrior, inhale back. And high to low, push up, windmill forward. Upward facing, away. Downward facing, back. Take a deep breath in. A long breath out. And take a child's pose. Let's take a moment here. Knees wide, hips to heels. Lot of good movement to just kind of tune into in this child's pose. Welcoming and mindfully responding to your emotions can help you see that your inner wisdom, wholeness, and well-being are always close at hand. especially in yoga, right? You're here, you're doing it, you're breathing, you're moving, and you're just paying attention to yourself. All right, so meeting back in down dog, if you're ready. And then lifting that right leg high, three-legged dog, and bending the upper knee. Take just a couple more of those circles. Take a deep breath in. Draw your knee to your nose. Push the earth. You've kind of done this. Right leg high, breathe in. Knee to nose, breathe out. Right leg high, knee to nose. Now lift that right leg high. Option to flip your dog. Dropping the right foot all the way over. You could even take a wild thing where you're up on the ball mound of your right foot and your left leg is straight. Maybe some circles with the right arm. Otherwise, you're in that three-legged dog for 3, 2. Meet me in high plank, side plank on the right. So you can always drop your right shin here, lift your left arm high, or you can stack your heels. For full Vashisthasana, maybe lift your left leg. It's 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to plank. Go back to down dog. Now lift again that right leg high. Just one breath. Low runner's lunge. Step the right foot forward and set up for pyramid. So drop the back heel and start to straighten through the right leg. Pyramid pose. Bowing over the right shin. And then bend back into low runner's lunge so that back heel's lifted and stretch back to pyramid. Exhale, stretch. A few more, flowing with breath. Inhale, low lunge, opening the hips. Exhale, pyramid bow. 2 more, inhale, low lunge, stretch. Exhale, pyramid bow. Come back to low runner's lunge. Take a simple twist. Plant your left hand, lift your right arm high. Simple twist here. Really draw into the left shin, the left ball mound of the foot. See if you can use that back foot to help straighten that left leg. And then come back to low runner's lunge, right hand down, and rise to crescent lunge all the way up. High lunge pose. And then interlacing the hands, as you've been doing at your low back. Lift your heart slightly up. So this involves a little more balance than warrior 1, with that back heel lifting. Move to bound airplane. So you can either just reach forward, keep the back heel on the back ball mound on the earth, or you can launch off fully, bound airplane. Now come to airplane, so just release the bind, release the tension. Land back in crescent lunge. So if you stay grounded, lift the arms by the ears. Hands to heart center. Take a twist, left elbow over right thigh. Another twist here. Really push into that back foot. Breathing. For 3. Last 2. Come back to crescent lunge. Inhale, center. And open up. Warrior 2 pose. Open the whole thing up. Flipping the right palm, reverse warrior. Reach back. And then go, if you'd like, for that cow-faced arm again. So bend the right arm and reach for the fingertips. Or you can just literally grab the shirt here. So you don't have to be fully connected at the hands. But lift up and back, and now reach forward. So keep that right knee bent. It's like a bound side angle lunge. Of course, you can always drop this right elbow down or take classic side angle left arm up. But if you really want to challenge that right leg and the core, you've got the cow face arms. I wish I didn't take this little challenge. It's 4, 3, 3, 2, come to side angle, right forearm down, left arm high. And then reverse warrior, bend the right knee, high to low push-up, chaturanga, rinse that all out. Ha. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Just pedal that out, take a moment. Left leg high, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose, draw the knee in. Ha. Left leg high, lift up. Knee to nose. Left leg high, breathe in. Again, knee to nose. Now it's left leg high. You can absolutely stay here or flip your dog. Drop the left foot over. For Wild Thing, you're on the ball mound of the left foot and the right leg straight. It's 4. Maybe those arm circles. 3, 2, meeting in high plank. Side plank on the left hand plant. Right arm lift, you can always drop that left shin or lift the right leg. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, come back to high plank. Go to downward facing. Lift the left leg high. Low runner's lunge. Step the left foot forward, maybe finding some blocks underneath your hands. Taking a deep breath in and pyramid. Straighten that front leg. Take a moment here. Ha. Yoga always sprinkles in these little moments of stillness, of relaxation. Just enough to kind of weave you through each strong series. Really learn to take advantage of those little offerings to yourself. Now bend into the left knee, low runner's lunge, look forward, stretch. And pyramid, fold forward, ha. Low runner's lunge, look forward, inhale. That was an exhale, and then fold forward, exhale. Inhale, look forward, stretch. And pyramid, bow. Just one more, low lunge, breathe in. Pyramid, breathe out. Back to low runner's lunge, simple twist. Right hand down, left arm high. Reach, reach, reach for the sky. Breathing in and out through the nose. For 4, 3, last 2, really rinse on the exhale. Breathing in, low lunge, breathing out. The crescent lunge, rising up, inhale. And then finding your stability. So you might need to walk that left foot out a little bit to the left. Find a bind, interlacing hands at the low back. Looking slightly up as you open up your chest. And then launching off for bound airplane. You might keep that back foot rooted on the earth. You might just not take the bind. So take the airplane version of your choice. The one constant is the breath and the core hugging up and in. Release the bind. Take full Dekasana airplane, arms by the sides. And land in crescent lunge, nice and softly. Draw hands to heart center, twist it out. Right elbow over left thigh. You can always take another simple twist or drop that back knee. 5 strong breaths here. 4. Keep rinsing. 3. Last 2. Come back up, crescent. Use that left leg and open up, warrior 2. Gazing over your left hand and rooting into the outer right foot. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior, reach back. Option to take that cow face arm. So bending the left elbow, bending the right elbow, and finding the fingertips or the shirt behind you. Inhale. And then that modified side angle. Whew, if you're interested, you can always take the classic side angle lunge. We're here for 4, 3, last 2. Come back to side angle. Reverse warrior, reach up and back. High to low push up, move through chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Take a deep inhale. A long open mouth exhale. Walk your feet to your hands, taking big toe pose, reaching for your 2 big toes with your 2-piece fingers. Inhaling your heart forward, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, and bow forward, Padangusthasana, big toe pose. Being mindful of the muscles of your face here. Can you wiggle out your jaw? Maybe open your mouth really wide and then wiggle and let it go. And release the hands from the feet. Walk the toes together to touch. Come into chair pose, Utkatasana, sink your hips low. Draw your hands to your heart and twist. Left elbow over right thigh, chair twist. Sinking, maybe even lifting your toes a little. Breathing here, you can always expand it. Left hand down, right arm high. It's 5. Let the exhales rinse you deeper. 4, 3, last 2. Bow forward. Walk your feet hips width distance and take gorilla pose. Walk the feet up onto the hands until the toes touch the wrists. And if they don't touch the wrists, drape your wrists on a couple of blocks. Offering of some horse breath here. A wonderful pose in gorilla pose is to use horse breath. Take a deep inhale, filling up, and flutter the lips. 2 more, inhale. Woo, 1 more. All right, release your hands, move the blocks or walk your feet together to touch. Chair pose, final one, Utkatasana, sink low. Draw hands to heart center, twist the right elbow over the left side, chair twist. Thumbs are at the heart and you're really rinsing here. Inhaling, lengthening, heart over hips. Exhaling, twisting deeper. For 4. 3 full breaths. Last 2. 1 more. Biggest inhale. Bow forward. Walk your feet max width distance and take a yogi squat. Malasana. Sink your hips to your heels, hands to your heart. You can even sit on a block or 2 blocks and then close your eyes. Bring your right hand and reach for your right big toe with your peace fingers. So your elbow is against your right leg. And then lift your left arm high. Just get a little heart opener here. You're long in your spine. Take a deep breath in. And come back through center, Malasana. And then take the other side. So reach for your left big toe with your two peace fingers and reach your right arm up, lifting up and out of the torso here. One more deep breath. Come back through center, Malasana. And forward fold, hands to the earth, hips high. Walk the feet all the way together to touch. And rise, come all the way up to standing, Tadasana, mountain. Just get yourself adjusted. You might even grab a sip of water while you're upright. Meeting us in mountain pose, just gazing out at the horizon. Taking eagle on the right. So right leg over, right arm under, Garuda Asana, sinking low. And then drawing the knee toward the elbow, nesting the eagle. You can always touch your right toe to the big toe to the earth here, like a little kickstand. Rise back up to eagle. And then keep eagle bind, right leg behind you. Warrior one with eagle bind. Right leg back, dialing down. If you come out, no worries. You could even put your hands at your heart and remove the bind. Unravel the arms to warrior one. So arms either out in front of you or hands at heart. Now move to Utthita. Bend the right knee out in front of you. Yeah, we got a lot of movements. Right hand to right knee. Open it to the right. Left arm wide. Utthita. And then coming through center, twisted Utthita. Left hand to right knee. Right arm back. Hugging the belly button up and in. Come back through center, hands at heart, and just put that right foot down. Come back to mountain. You can kick that left leg out, just kind of shake that side away. It's really working that standing leg and the core. Okay, eagle on the left leg over, left arm under, hugging in. Elbows at shoulder height. Draw elbows toward knees. Really slowly, you can always kickstand. Come back up to eagle. And then airplane with warrior three with eagle bind. Left leg behind you. The hips are facing the earth here. Draw the elbows away from the torso. Warrior one, either arms outstretched in front or hands at heart. Breathing is the key. Now move to Utthita. Bend that left knee out in front. I know your left leg's talking. Put the left hand on the left knee. Open it left. Right arm wide. I mean your right leg, sorry. Move the knee through center, twist it out. Last bit here. Woo. Right hand to left knee, left arm back. Back through center, hand at heart, and put that left foot down. Shake that all out. Face the feet, hips width distance. Reach the arms up to the sky. Take a little standing back bend. Just stretch the back and bow forward all the way to your feet. Take a ragdoll. Just sweep back and forth. Let the backs of the legs release. And now release the hands. Walk the toes together to touch. Come into a halfway lift, hands on shins, high to low push-up, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Ha. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. Rise all the way up, breathe in. And then eagle arms, left arm under. Lift the heart up and back. Humble warrior with eagle bind. Drop down, something a little different, and yet you've done it already. That's yoga, right? All right, reach up and back. Return to warrior one, release that bind. Open to warrior two, all the way up. And then set up for triangle. Straighten your right leg, reach as far forward as you can, and then drop the right hand to a block behind the right shin and lift the left arm high. Trikonasana, breathing. Let the left arm pull you up to stand. Turn the toes to face the side of the mat, the heels a little out, so little pigeon toe. Hands come to the low back, elbows hugging toward one another. Push the hips forward, look at the horizon, and then bow forward, wide-legged forward fold. Come all the way down. You can release the hands onto the mat. Fingertips line up with toe tips. Elbows hug in toward one another. So think chaturanga, low push-up arms, drawing the crown toward the earth. And you can bend your knees so you feel a little less like, oh, where am I in space? You're rooted, you're right here. Now come up onto the fingertips and bend into the left knee. We're going to take skandasana. So bend into the left knee until you can sink your hip toward your left heel. And then hands are either down on the earth or a block, or you might bring your hands to your heart, which is a real ankle and thigh strengthener. Just feel that stretch in the right groin, in the the right hip. And then start to look at your right foot. You're gonna bend into low runner's lunge. So kind of waterfall your way over, get into your body, into your joints there. And we'll take lizard lunge, a hip opener. So drop the left shin to the earth, walk the right foot up. So it's ahead of the right knee in space. That's the key. Right foot in front of right knee, and then you'll find your way down to your degree. So you can keep walking it, which I usually have to do to get a little lower, and come onto your palms. You might come onto your forearms, or a nice happy medium 1-2 blocks under your elbows. This is a deep sensation producer, this pose. You definitely don't want to feel pain, and if you do, definitely back out. But you do want to feel almost like a disruption of sensation, like your body is like, whoa, 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 what's going on? But these are these moments of resistance in yoga that you can put your breath, and you're so open from all of the other poses you've taken that you can take advantage of moving into the pose a little deeper versus having to pull away. So just be with it, put the breath there, feel what's happening in the body. All right, come up onto your palms. And then come to a tabletop and lift the right leg up and back. So just kind of move onto your hands and knees and then lift that right leg and sort of, not graceful, but they call it like a fire hydrant. You can make circles with the right leg. And then back to tabletop to downward facing dog. Push the mat away. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Left foot forward, warrior one. Step that foot, drop the back heel, rise up, Virabhadrasana one. Eagle arms on the right. So right arm under, eagle arms. And then lifting up and back, look up. And humble warrior with eagle bind. Drop forward. Now come back up and back to warrior one. Release the bind. Inhale, arms high. To warrior two, exhale. Setting up for triangle. Start to straighten the left leg. Reach as far forward as you can and then coming down, Trikonasana triangle. There's a little leaning back quality to triangle. Now let that top arm pull you up. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Take one more bind. Interlace the hands. Lift the heart up, looking up. And bound wide-legged forward fold. Come all the way forward. That same bent quality to the knees to let you feel a little more rooted. You can always drop the bind whenever you're ready. And then do drop the bind and start to bend into your right knee, taking that Skandasana lunge. So bending into the right knee, hands are on the earth, or you might challenge drawing them to your heart. Just stretching that left leg. Take a breath. Now start to look at your left foot and find low lunge. So you can kind of come back through the middle, bend into the left knee, low lunge, drop the right shin, and set up that lizard lunge. So walk the left foot forward, 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 coming onto your palms to start. And then you might opt to stay on your palms or to find some props under your elbows or come to the earth to experience that deep sensation. So stay here for a few breaths. Resist the urge to fidget or to let the thoughts travel around and chasing them around. Choose to stay in the body. Couple more breaths. Send it to any points of tension that are lingering. Noticing the jaw again. Maybe give it a wiggle. All right, come back up onto the palms if you're not, and make your way to tabletop. So just taking a little transition, left leg back, and then lifting that left leg and circling it out. Just a few circles, one way and the other. And then downward facing dog. Hips lift high. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take one simple sun A. Kind of go out the way we came in. Stretch the whole body before we come down to the earth. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bow. Upward salute, salute the sun. Think of that intention, pull it in. Forward fold to the earth, exhale and ground. Halfway lift, lengthen out. High to low push-up, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Ha. Rocks forward, high plank. Lower to your forearms, forearm plank. Holding here. Elbows, shoulders over elbows. Pushing the heels back. Hugging the belly button up and in, breathing. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the hips to the mat. Untuck the feet, Sphinx pose. The elbows are on the mat. The palms face the earth. Now draw your elbows toward your ribs to feel yourself lift your heart up and through your shoulders. Whenever you're ready, you can lie down on your belly. No rush. Sphinx can feel really nice on the low back. Whenever you're ready, left cheek to the earth, arms by the sides. Allow yourself to sink into your mat for a few moments. And bring your opposite cheek to the earth, evening out the neck. And we'll set up for a few back bends on the belly. So zip your legs up together and bring your forehead to the middle of the mat, not the middle of the earth. That would be a big request. Bring your arms by your side someday, maybe. And then on an inhale, so legs zipped up, arms wide, palms face down, and lifting into locust pose. So everything lifts but the pelvis. Really reaching up and back, breathing. It's 5, 4, 3. Biggest inhale away from the earth and then lower all the way down. Bending your knees and just wag your shins from side to side. And taking a second round of back bends here on the belly. So you can take what you just took, or you can take what you've been doing all morning here, another bind. So an interlacing of the hands to peel the heart open, any amount more. So you pick, zip your legs up, either one. And on the inhale, go up, locust or bound locust. Deep, deep breathing. Feel the energy releasing from the body. It's 6, 5, 4, 3. Biggest inhale, opening up and lower to the earth all the way. Ha, bending the knees and wagging shins back and forth. And the final round of back bends, option for floor bow, Dhanurasana. So for floor bow, it's a bending of the knees, a reaching for the outside, the top shoelace part of the foot with the hands behind you, and then zipping your knees together to touch once more, and then kicking the legs into the feet, using the strength of the legs to open the heart and the back, breathing for 6. For 5, each inhale, you go a little bit more. 4, 3, biggest inhale, filling up and lowering down, all the way back down, bend the knees and wag that out. Ha, low back release. And then legs going long. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just a brief child's pose. Push the earth away, sit the hips on the heels, just where you began. A wonderful time to just take a moment once more. Finding that inner wisdom, that inner wholeness, and that really prioritized well-being, putting yourself first. Noticing that it can feel really good. And then rising up through tabletop position, sitting down on your bum and lying down on your back, coming all the way down, hugging your knees in for a squeeze, and just massage your low back for a second here, just rocking side to side. And then planting feet hips width, bringing fingertips to heels, and taking bridge pose, lifting the hips up to the sky, interlacing hands underneath you, walking shoulder blades together till the chest puffs up toward the back of the mat. Breathe deeply for 6, 5, see the belly rise and fall. 4, 3, huge inhale and lower to the earth. Long body stretch. Legs long, arms up and back. Big inhale, fill up the lungs. Open the mouth, let it out. Hug the knees in for a squeeze. Plant the feet back on the earth. Bridge pose. Lift the hips up. Interlace the hands. Option to stay as you were or lift the right leg for a little bit of a strengthener. This one is, let's see, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to bridge if you lifted, and lower. Long body stretch, legs long, arms up and back. Oops, deep breath in and long breath out. Hug the knees in, take a squeeze, just rock side to side. Setting up again, bridge pose. Heels to the earth, fingertips to the feet. Lift the legs, lift the hips up, interlacing. You can stay as you are, or lift the left leg up for 6. Push into the right heel if you're lifted at 5, 4, 3, 2, come back to bridge, inhaling and lower. Long body stretch, legs long, arms up and back, big breath in, long breath out. Hug the knees in, take a squeeze, rinse. One more back bend. So either bridge with the legs lifting if you'd like, or wheel. This one's, sorry, not one more. There's 2 more, but this is one of them for 8 breaths. So bridge or wheel. For wheel, the hands come by the head, the fingertips face the feet, and just like bridge, you still push into your feet, and then maybe get yourself on the crown of your head and start there. So it's a push of the hands, a push of the feet, and a crown of the head bop up. And now you're positioned. Pretend that your mat is the ceiling. Push it away from you. Whew, and you're in wheel. Chakrasana, breathing either way. Bridge or wheel, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, biggest breath in, lower down. Wheel, tuck the chins, lower, legs long, arms up and back. Biggest inhale, open mouth, exhale. Hug the knees in, take a squeeze. One more back bend, bridge or wheel, you pick. This one's for 10 breaths. On the inhale, lift up, go to the one you need, breathing deeply, 10, maybe that right leg's lifted for 9, 8, 7, 6, switching legs if you lifted, 5, otherwise you're in wheel or bridge for 4, 3, 2, biggest inhale and lower, long body, legs long, Arms up and back, biggest breath. Out breath. Hug the knees in for a squeeze. And then setting up for a few bicycles. So bend the knees so you're in a tabletop-like variation with your hips. And let's start actually with your hands on your thighs. So with your hands on your thighs and these tabletop hips, it all seems very innocent, right? But your low back, your whole back is planted on the earth. So if you feel a buckle up, you're not doing it. You got to push your low back down into the mat. Now push your palms into your thighs. Push your thighs back at your palms. You should feel something really, really deep in the core. You might look at your thighs. Now you should really feel something. If you don't, push harder into the hands and the thighs. Breathing, it's 10, 9, you're shaking, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep pushing, 4, 3, 2, hug the knees in, take a squeeze, and let's just do a couple bicycles. Just a couple, ready? So back to the tabletop hip, hands behind the head, right knee to left elbow, inhale center, left to right, through center, right to left. It's center, left to right. It's center, now let's just go right and go. Every other left, right for 10, right, it's 9, right, left, 8, right for 7, it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hug the knees in, take happy baby pose. Reach for the backs of the thighs or for the soles of the feet and just draw that in. That should feel really good after that core. And then hugging the knees in for a squeeze. Keep hold of the right knee, let the left leg go long. Nope, just kidding. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh for figure 4, sorry. Crossing for a little hip opener, right ankle over left thigh, and then either reach for the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. And the whole spine is melted into the mat here. And then switching out this hip opener, left ankle over right thigh. Reach for the back of the right thigh or the front of the right shin. Draw yourself in. Don't let your thoughts take over. I know when the stillness comes, the thoughts start to run the show. See if you can give the mic back over to the body. The breath, sensation, just that time for yourself that you're having right here, not what you're doing later, not what you did before, here and now. Now hug both knees in, give them a squeeze, and just drop them both to the left. Let them gently fall to the left. Look over your right hand, both shoulders on the earth. Then come up through center, drop them both to the right, gaze left. The knees don't have to touch here. And then come back through center, just taking an inversion, Viparita Karani pose. So grabbing your block or a pillow, putting it under your hips, lifting your legs high, supported inversion, legs up the wall. You can even go up to a wall in your home because this will be the final posture before our most important posture, final rest. So if you'd like to take it up against your wall, you're more than welcome. And then close the eyes. Just feel all that energy, that lymphatic fluid, the blood, everything traveling in the opposite direction. Moving your circulation, enhancing your circulation. Send your heart what it needs. That's what this pose does. You're welcome to stay in Viparita Karani for your final rest. I do it quite often myself. You're starting to really feel those effects. You could also take reclined butterfly with your feet touching your knees wide, or full Shavasana with your legs long, feet flopping, arms by the side. So pick the pose that really allows you to get the true benefits of these final moments where you can stay in your body, stay on this page of nourishing the self and only the self for a little while here. And start with a deep inhale. Fill all the way up to the top. Feel the lungs expand. Open mouth. Exhale it out. Shavasana. Slowly starting to come back into awareness. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And rocking your head from side to side. Wiggling out the jaw. Take a full body scan. Feel the whole body here on the mat. And take a deep breath in, filling it up with breath. Open mouth, exhale. And turn to your right. Come into the fetal pose on your right side. Just take one more moment lingering in this time you've carved out for yourself. Welcoming and mindfully responding to your emotions can help you see that your inner wisdom, wholeness, and well-being are always close at hand. This is the unbreakable promise that yoga offers us all. That's from a book called, oh, it doesn't say, I'm sorry, it's from the Yoga Journal. Okay, coming up into an easy seat, drawing hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, keeping your eyes closed. And let's end this practice the way we began, with a unified Om. You can listen or join along, inhaling. Drawing thumb knuckles to the center of the forehead. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Together we bow forward and say Namaste.